Max Wardell, overheadathletics.com. Welcome back. Today we're going to do another patient case. We got athlete here, Jackson, who's actually had shoulder surgery, labral surgery, and what we're seeing in his throw is that he's very he lacks phasic control. Like, he doesn't actually rotate through his spine at the end of the throw, and he kind of leans off and deviates off to that one side. So if you want to show him one throw here. So this is how he has been throwing. He's trying to do what he was doing before. You see how right there he's deviated off to the side that way. So now we're going to go into one of our positions here, and I'm going to show you something we've been working on. So we actually looked at his thoracic rotation in a lunge, found that he couldn't rotate to the left, which is peculiar. We don't see that a ton in our right-handed throwers unless they're left-handed swingers. And now we've actually stretched him just really quickly, but we're going to prescribe him a self-stretch, and we're going to prescribe him a exercise that will follow that stretch, so strengthening that range of motion. Now let's go through that IR apex position. And so now he's going to actually try to actively bury that shoulder into the glove. So a little bit of internal cueing here. Go ahead. So better already. You see he doesn't deviate as much to that side, and he's coming into the thoracic rotation. One more time here. Let me get a better view here. But what we're really working on with him is trying to, better yet, now get your chest forward, do one more. So what we're really trying to work on here with him is we're trying to get him to rotate through his thoracic spine rather than take up all the rotation through his entire glenohumeral joint and shoulder complex here. Better. So that was the best one yet. So you see there he gets his chest forward and actually rotates through his spine rather than just goes and leans to the side with a ton of internal rotation. So we're going to continue to post on Jackson here. Stay tuned on social media, OAI Training on Twitter, Overhead Athletics on Instagram, things like that. He's going to keep working hard. We're going to give him a thoracic rotation stretch to the left, so I'm trying to improve left thoracic rotation, as well as an exercise that goes into left thoracic rotation where he has to hold the end position. We were just doing some static holds without any resistance, and he was struggling a little bit, so he's going to continue with that on his own. We're going to reassess him here in about a week. If this is something that you're struggling with or you're having shoulder pain, there's a potential you're not rotating through your chest as well as you could, and that's what we found here. So he's going to keep working on that. Give this a try. Work on your thoracic rotation to the left, work on stretching, and then ultimately burying that shoulder into the glove. Sometimes we have to cue in that way to get him to activate into that consciously, and then once he can do it and has replicated it, we can reinforce that with different things where he's not trying to think about it as much. So I'll show you one more here while I'm holding the camera. I actually have a mat set up so he can't step as far that way. I'm going to stand here relative to him, and then he's going to have to actually go through the throwing motion without hitting me. So now he couldn't deviate off to the side, to his glove side, because I'm standing there, but he also couldn't step too far to the left because we had the mat on the floor. So that's a great little external cue that he can use, and we'll continue to use that. You can figure out a way to do that on your own if you're deviating too far to the left. Set something up just like that. All right, so now Jackson's going to go through more of the full throw here. Same thing, Jackson. You see there's a little bit of lean on that one, a little more than when he was here. He's going to do it again. Bury that shoulder here. Better. So now he's getting his chest forward a little farther from the full throw. Very different from that initial one where he was low and he deviated off to the side. One more time here. Better. So overall better. 10 minutes, made a bit of a change. He's going to have to replicate this on his own. And what we're doing is we're getting his arm in a better position, and we're allowing him to transition forward. So give these exercises a try that you saw overlaid in the video. And then as for throwing, try those two throws. Standing over here with the mat on the floor so that the person or the athlete can't deviate over. And then also thinking about rotating through or diving that shoulder, that throwing arm, shoulder towards the front shoe. You're doing this at a lower percent exertion. You're combining two different approaches, consciously thinking about it, consciously thinking about making that change, and then also making the change without consciously thinking about it, which is where the person is standing there and you simply can't hit them. So give those two throws a try. If you're having trouble with your follow through, you're leaning too far to the side, and then the stretch and the exercise. Stretch, then exercise. Stretch for 2 minutes or so. On the side that's limited, give it about 2-3 sets of 10 with 5-second holds at the end for the exercise, and then try the throwing again and see if there's any change. Max Wardell, Overhead Athletics. Thanks, Jackson, for the video. We'll keep you guys updated.